So this week we tackled the most stressful and risky part of this build.
But first,
we're gonna start off the week by putting the dash back in the truck and then probably getting the windshield back in there. Still hasn't been broke, so knock on wood. But we got the dash all painted. We're gonna stick it back in there, and then we're gonna kind of build around the dash. We're gonna work on the interior and hopefully get the seat mounted. But first step is the dash. Once we had the dash back in, it was time to put the windshield back in before it got broke in our office. I can only remember ever attempting to reinstall a windshield in one of these Dodge trucks one other time. And we got it all the way in, and we were putting the last corner in and broke the windshield right down the middle. I have installed many windshields in semis, which they're a similar style, but they work a little different, and I've done those successfully many times, but I'm pretty sure this is the first successful one I've ever done in one of these first-gen Dodge pickups. Bonus, it didn't break. It's easier to use a string. My string wasn't big enough, it wouldn't stay in there, so we just used some soft plastic scrapers. I don't know how it didn't break.
So I was pretty optimistic at the beginning that we'd be able to get this windshield in, but that last corner, how much the whole windshield was like flexing and it didn't want to go in and everything, I thought for sure it was going to break at the last minute. But with like a whole bottle of Windex, it seemed to go in just fine. Once the windshield was in, we decided it was time to tackle the floor. And usually we use Raptor liner because that's what we've always used, but the hardener was no good. So we looked around town, couldn't find it anywhere, ordered some off Amazon, it got lost in the mail, we still haven't received it, so we had to do something different.
I decided to go down to the local parts store and pick up something they had in stock. And they had Herculiner, and I've heard about Herculiner before, so I figured we'd give it a shot. I'm really happy with how the Herculiner turned out. It went on well. We did do a second coat after the first coat dried just like tacky, and I couldn't ask for a better product to put inside the cab like that if you're not spraying it. If you're gonna spray it, I think I would still go with the Raptor liner instead. But as far as rolling it on, the Herculiner worked well. And it comes with the anti-slip additive already in it. So all you have to do is stir it up and put it on. There's no hardener, no mixing, no anything. Just stir it up and put it on there. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. But we came out the next morning to check on it, and we had our kayaks hanging in the garage here. Well, one of them wasn't hanging anymore.
Unfortunately, the kayak was hanging right over our recording equipment, so we were really worried. We plugged everything in, the lights came on, everything seemed fine. Then we decided to record a short of how the kayaks fell, but everything was fine. Well, it turns out the mic actually wasn't working, so as you can see, this video has absolutely no audio. But we have a backup, so we were able to get back on it.
And I got to do my snap thing. Since we're gonna use this stock dash panel in the stock dash, but aftermarket gauges, no radio, no message center, no heater, we gotta get rid of all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and go take this over to the bench, make some blanking panels, and we'll see how it turns out. I still have to go in there and add the shift light, and I have some LEDs to make turn signal indicators, and if I end up hooking up high beams, I'll have a high beam indicator in there. But you can check the video out here to see how we made it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. The next thing I need to work on is I need somewhere to sit. So I had a old Circle Track seat that we brought from Colorado that I plan on using. So the first thing I did is I measured this seat that we're sitting on here, and I figured out how high it was off the floor, and I just duplicated that to start off with for my Circle Track seat. I used 1/8 inch aluminum that I had laying around, and I tried something different. I used my jigsaw with a wood blade to cut it out, and it went a lot better. So if you're cutting aluminum and it's not super thick, I would recommend a jigsaw with a wood blade. It gives a nice clean cut, cuts real fast, doesn't get super hot, and doesn't seem to plug up too bad. So I built these brackets in 2 pieces so that I could adjust the angle and the height later on, because I really didn't know exactly where I wanted the seat. And I couldn't figure out a good way to measure and get it exactly where I wanted it so I could make them in one piece. So I just made them so they bolt together. And if you look like aftermarket or like Jegs, when they sell the seat brackets, that's how they come. 2 pieces, you bolt them together and you can adjust it however you want. I don't know that this is gonna work. That looks awful high to me. And that's the same dimensions as the old seat. I don't know if I can get in here. I guess I'll try. I'm gonna break the back window out, trying to get in here. Okay. Oh yeah, that's four-wheel drive. Also, see all that movement side to side? I'm gonna have to brace that. And I need to be further that way. Okay, this ain't gonna work. Okay, so now I gotta try to get out of here. But, oh, nope. It's going okay. Okay. That wasn't that bad.
As much fun as it was watching him try to get out in and out of that seat, we're gonna have to put a lowering kit on it and also reinforce it a little bit. But that'll be in next week's video.
See you soon.